Hey there, fellas. This is Caution Fun alongside the Mudman, and we are bringing you Day 1 decks. These are deck lists that you'll probably be able to put together just from the cards you get opening up packs the first day there. Trial of the Gods. Gods Unchained's new expansion season coming out soon. Mudman, you happy to be here?
Yeah, real excited.
Real excited.
I think a bunch of these decks look like they're going to be a lot of fun.
Me too, starting with...
Alright, we got a Heal Light deck over here. It's real similar to the decks you've been seeing the last couple of months, but just updated a bit. We've got the Veteran Hoplite, new 1-mana card. He comes in as a 2/2, but with the Heal God power, he's pretty much just a skeleton heavy.
And then at worst.
And he can keep growing to be a 2/6.
Absolutely. Another new card we got here is Burden of Proof. Now, Burden of Proof provides a much needed draw engine for light decks in general. You're probably used to seeing 2 Helion Blade Masters up top here, the 6 mana slot in most light decks you're familiar with. But this is going to go with 2 Burdens of Proof. And we kind of sell out there a bit, don't we, going for these 2 attack creatures. Look at all of these 2 attack creatures. Good lord.
Yeah, and most of these 2 attack creatures are just good creatures you would want to run anyway in Heal Light.
Absolutely.
So you'll plop those down, take a couple trades, draw a bunch of cards, probably have your Golden Harp and High Thermiters, and draw a whole bunch more cards.
Absolutely. Now I know what you're thinking, but the Mudman, but Caution Fun. You don't have a 6-cost ward creature anymore to canonize and finish out the game. Yes, we do.
Oh yeah, we got Lysander. And he's got a big old healing effect, buffs up your guys, heals himself up at the end of every turn. Just works really well with Golden Harp, works really well with High Thermiters, and you have a ton of card draw, so you're going to get him out on time.
Absolutely.
I feel like this is going to be like a good heavy hitter deck.
Could be. And last but of course, not least, we snuck in an Iron-Tooth Goblin. Not only does it have 2 attack, so it gets along just fine with Burden of Proof there, but relics are going to be everywhere come Season 1, so you better come prepared.
A bunch of legendary relics, and you're going to win a bunch of games by killing them.
Amen to that. Moving on?
Yeah, let's go to the next one.
Alrighty, moving on to Suicide Death Zoo. We got a couple of new cards in this one. This is a refresh of a list that realistically the Mudman and myself have mostly been carrying, but seen a couple of people come about with it, featuring a couple of new cards, first of which is Necronomics. Essentially a pack stock with a downside, but it's not always a downside, is it, the Mudman?
Oh, not this time. We got Possessed Acolytes, you got Death Wish Thanatars, and you have this new card, the Dynus Spectral Skeptic, and he's one of the new benefit cards for the getting to 15 health, so you can draw 2 extra cards, hence the 1 less Untold Greed, and like we know from nature, pack stock's really strong, so.
Absolutely. It should help you fill out your mid-game there. I also got a personal Season 1 favorite of mine, Nether's Advocate. 2 costs 1/1, drops a 3/2 when it dies. Death has plenty of cards, including the aforementioned Untold Greed and Demonic Offering, that are super strong effects but require you to sacrifice one of your own creatures. So being able to drop another body on the ground after doing so is just fantastic.
Yeah, it's another target for Living Container as well.
Absolutely. Love using Living Container on my Cavern Arachnes, bringing back a 7/8 with no downside.
And the Vanguard Axewoman's another excellent target. 2 trades,
yeah.
and with a big creature.
4/5 with Blitz, can't argue with that.
And you'll probably get some sort of benefit from the Demonic Offering or Untold Greed that went with it.
Agree. I'm excited to run this deck.
Yeah, this one looks really exciting. Deathwish Thanatar is a star, and that means it's a good deck.
Amen, brother. Moving on?
Yeah, let's do it.
Alrighty, moving on to Forage Nature. Now, this has the most Trial of the Gods cards of any of the decks we've gone through so far, but functionally it's going to operate very much the same as a lot of the spell nature lists that you see around the ladder nowadays.
Yeah, the main difference is this one picks Forage every time because it's running a new card, Militant Gladiator, which is a 5-mana 7/7, providing you have no spells in your void. That's really easy to do when you have Forage.
It is really easy to do, huh? But what if they put my big threatening creatures to sleep? Do I have any solutions for that? Oh, yes, we do.
There's Ironclad Minotaur.
Also featuring Ironclad Minotaur, one of the few 6-drops that I think can, that are worth making room for in a spell nature deck. I mean, nature has just an abundance of 5, 6, and 7 drops there, but it's a creature-based deck that wants to get your opponent to 0 at some point, and this will definitely help you in doing so. And speaking of those 5, 6, 7 drops, we have also got Jaguar Staff.
Yeah, everyone's real excited about Jaguar Staff.
Real excited.
Yeah, for obvious reasons. It gives you a Jaguar with every hit.
Absolutely, plenty of value through the mid game, and if you do happen to make it to the late game, we have an alternative to Echophone as our finisher, don't we?
Dionysus, the new 9-drop on the block. This guy does everything you want in a 9-drop, fills your hand with cards you can play, all of them. They're all cost 1 mana. Deals 6 damage to everything, and he's got a big old body.
Big old body. This is an entire endgame plan in one card. If you have no idea what you're going to do, if the game makes it to 9 mana, throw in Dionysus. It does everything.
Yeah, if you play Dionysus and you don't immediately die, then you'll win the game. I'd play him if he was a 1/1.
If you don't lose, you'll win. That's exciting. Easy peasy. Moving on.
Yeah, let's go to it.
All right, moving on to everybody's favorite Onslaught War. Quite frankly, Mudman, I don't want to talk about this very much. Feel like taking the lead here?
Yeah, so this is the super fun, moderately brain dead deck everyone's used to, except for now, they have Might Makes Right, which is a 4-mana card. The new hand buff mechanic gives all the creatures in your hand +2/+2 and leech, so they can afford to play as slowly as they want, and then they have all the late game heal they need.
Absolutely. You ever find yourself playing against Onslaught and thinking, man, I wish they had more mid-game heal to go along with their late-game heal. Well, lucky you, now you are right, because not only is there Might Makes Right in the new Season 1 Trial of the Gods set, we also have Navki Pillager. Where is that fella? Right here. Twin Strike, we all know. A personal favorite of Onslaught's. We know that from Trojan Battle Mage there, old friend. And, yeah, Navki Pillager, Might Makes Right, gonna allow them to get to the late game. And, another one of Onslaught's specialties is 2-for-1s, correct?
Oh yeah, they're great.
Yeah. I was hoping they would get one more, and they seem to have gotten it with Herticus Brazen Hero.
Oh yeah, that's a great one. It gets stronger, one attack stronger for each turn it's in your hand, and then when you play it, it deals that much damage to an enemy creature. And since it's Onslaught, with a mana pip or 7 mana, you can rush it into something, and maybe it even has leech, and the roar effect will heal you if it has leech. So, if you enjoyed hitting your Onslaught opponent in the face and then barely getting over the top with Ashen Drake, that'll never happen again.
Never happen again. Looking forward to it. Third demo, third battle mage, however you want to consider this, it's gonna be good in Onslaught. Can we move on, please?
And all the Curse Kaparas you can eat. Yeah, that's it.
Fantastic.
Next up, we have a new and improved Blood Ritual deck.
Exciting.
This only has 2 new cards in it, but they might be the strongest cards.
Might be.
So it's pretty much the same game plan. Ramp up, clear their board every time. But now you have Ataraxia for even more ramp. So this can get you can see the card, both players ramp up for however like they've taken increments of 3.
This is going to be able to ramp you 3 crystals at a time with consistency. Just allowing them to get to their stockpile of 7, 8, and 9 drops.
And there is a new 8-drop, Trial of the Underworld, which pulls a 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 mana creature from your void and plops them on the board.
Your void or your opponent's void.
Yep, so that's even more Echophones. And you have the Helion Elites, more Demogorgons. And you can see this deck has a little less removal than normal, but it's been replaced by these big front lines. So you can bring these front lines back a whole bunch, heal up as much as you want with your god power, and then kill them with infinite Echophones, just like usual.
Fun. Yeah, like Trial of the Underworld there is going to be a tricky card because it is an expensive spell that doesn't affect their side of the board. That being said, if you can bring back a frontline minion or a blitz minion, odds are this is going to get you enough value to finish out any game. This list, realistically, it might box out every other control deck. What else can come up with this much value in the late game?
It's going to be hard because you're going to get to 8 mana so quickly with Ataraxia.
I'm excited.
Yeah. A lot of people are going to be very upset when they lose a 45-minute game to this deck.
Oh boy, can we move on?
Yeah, let's go.
Fantastic.
And last but not least, we have new and improved Amazon Nature.
How new?
Oh, very new. This deck can be described as Steadfast Scout is good.
Is good. Is a 3-cost 4/5 the vast majority of the time. Got a couple of different creatures in the deck that are pretty much tailor-made for helping to get out to early game creatures. Make sure this is always a 3-cost 4/5 Amazon.
Yep, and 3-cost 4/5s sound pretty broken, but besides that, it's kind of the Amazon deck you know and love. We have both of the Amazon buff cards in this, the Archmonian as well as the Ridiculous Word Warrior. You don't need to run 1-1. You can put whatever one you feel comfortable with.
Yeah.
But if you've played Amazon Nature before, you're going to dominate because you got a super strong new tool in your arsenal.
Absolutely. Again, a 3-cost 4/5 Amazon. We also snuck in a Jaguar staff for some more mid-game value.
But it's overshadowed by the Scout because the Scout is so nuts.
So nuts. This is also the first deck that we brought forward where we both feel like the God Power you might choose is pretty much up in the air. Maybe against, Onslaught War, you go with Animal Bond. Maybe in a, another aggro matchup, you go with Forage to outlast him in the late game. Who knows? Your options are open. You have a 3-cost 4/5 Amazon.
Yeah, anything but Flourish.
Anything but Flourish. And that about sums up this video and Gods Unchained in a nutshell, doesn't it?
Yeah, I can't wait for Trial of the Gods to come out. Try out all these decks.
Can't wait for Trial of the Gods to come out. Looking forward to it. Thanks for watching, guys. Be sure to check out the deck list URLs in the description. Big shouts to GU Decks for the super useful tools. And make sure you like and subscribe to the channel for more Gods Unchained content.